It was a typical Saturday afternoon at the Century City Mall, the sprawling hub of human consumer culture just outside of Los Angeles. People from all walks of life wandered through the large hallways, clutching shopping bags, sipping iced coffee, and browsing store windows. Among the crowd, Jason Mercer, a 17-year-old high schooler, was lounging on a bench near the food court, waiting for his younger sister to finish her never-ending shopping spree. He sighed, tapping his phone absent-mindedly. He had only come along because he promised his mom he'd watch his sister, but now he was stuck in teenage purgatory. No friends to hang out with, and no immediate escape from the maze of stores and kiosks. He glanced at the clock on his phone for the fifth time in 2 minutes. Hey, don't worry, man. Only 3 more hours of this, he muttered to himself with a sarcastic smile. As he scrolled through social media, a small figure suddenly caught his eye. It wasn't human, at least not fully. The being was a kid, maybe 7 or 8 years old, with pale lavender skin and wide, glossy blue eyes. They had 4 slender arms and wore a robe that shimmered with a strange metallic sheen. The kid was clearly lost, nervously darting their eyes from one direction to the other, turning in place as if trying to orient themselves in the massive mall. Jason raised an eyebrow. While interspecies mingling had become more common since humanity had joined the broader galactic community, seeing an alien kid all alone in the mall was definitely out of the ordinary. Especially this kind of alien. Jason vaguely recognized the species but couldn't remember its name. Something exotic for sure. He put his phone away, stood up, and walked over to the little alien, who looked on the verge of tears. "Hey there, are you okay?" Jason asked, bending down to be at eye level. The alien kid looked up at him, their large blue eyes welling up with what looked like tears. I lost my guardian," they said in a soft, trembling voice, though their words were clearly translated through a small device on their robe. Jason's heart softened. He couldn't just leave a lost kid wandering around like this. "Don't worry. I can help you find them. What's your name?" The alien hesitated before answering. "My name is Ziri." "Ziri, huh? Cool name." Jason smiled reassuringly. "I'm Jason. Let's see if we can find your guardian, okay?" Ziri nodded, their lower arms gripping the hem of their robe nervously, while their upper arms awkwardly adjusted their strange collar. Jason had no idea where to even begin looking for whoever this kid belonged to. The mall was huge, and with all the different species visiting Earth these days, there were bound to be plenty of unusual aliens around. But he figured the mall's security team could help. "Do you like ice cream?" Jason asked after a while. Ziri blinked at him, their glossy eyes filled with curiosity. "I've heard about it, but I've never tried it." Jason grinned. "You're in for a treat then. Let's grab some on the way." They made a quick detour to an ice cream kiosk, where Jason got a scoop of vanilla for himself and something called Galactic Swirl for Ziri. The alien kid's eyes lit up when they tasted it, and for the first time since Jason met them, Ziri smiled. As they continued toward the security office, Jason noticed a few people giving them curious looks. He didn't blame them. Seeing a human teen hanging out with a small, four-armed alien wasn't exactly a common sight. Still, he didn't pay it much attention. They were almost at the office when something strange happened. Out of nowhere, 2 large, intimidating figures dressed in sleek, silver armor appeared in front of them. Jason stopped abruptly, instinctively pulling Ziri closer to him. "Step aside, human," one of the armored figures said in a deep, authoritative voice. The translator in Jason's pocket processed the words instantly. "What's going on?" Jason asked, trying to stay calm. The last thing he wanted was trouble with some alien security force. "I'm just helping this kid find their guardian." The other figure, whose armor had golden accents, stepped forward and knelt down in front of Ziri. "Your Highness, we have been searching for you." Jason froze. Did they just say, "Your Highness"? Ziri's posture shifted slightly, and they let out a long, nervous breath. "I got lost. I didn't mean to." Jason blinked in confusion, still processing the situation. "Highness?" The kid he had just bought ice cream for was royalty? The armored figure stood and turned to Jason, their posture stiff with authority. "Human, you have aided the heir to the Cyrathian throne, Crown Prince Ziri. Your assistance has been noted." Jason's mind reeled. He stared down at Ziri. No, Prince Ziri, who now looked incredibly embarrassed. "Crown Prince?" Jason mumbled, feeling the weight of his casual conversation with this alien kid come crashing down on him. Ziri, your royalty? The small alien fidgeted, nodding slowly. I didn't want to say anything, I'm sorry. Jason took a moment to process everything. His day had gone from painfully boring to absolutely surreal in a matter of hours. He had been casually chatting, joking, and buying ice cream for the heir to a galactic throne without even realizing it. No need to apologize, Jason said, finally regaining his composure. You're still the same Ziri who was lost in the mall, right? Ziri looked up at him, surprised. Yeah, I guess I am. Jason smiled. Then we're good. The armored escorts, still towering and imposing, looked between Jason and Ziri. One of them finally spoke. You have done a great service today. The Cerathian Empire does not forget those who assist the royal family. Jason scratched the back of his neck awkwardly. I mean, I just helped a kid who needed it. No big deal. Ziri's expression softened and they reached out, lightly touching Jason's arm with one of their smaller hands. Thank you, Jason. You really helped me when I was scared. Before Jason could respond, the armored escorts guided Ziri away, disappearing into the bustling crowd as quickly as they had appeared. He stood there for a moment, staring after them, still trying to wrap his head around what had just happened. A soft chime from his phone broke the silence. It was a text from his sister. Almost done. Meet me at the fountain in 10 minutes. Jason let out a long breath, glancing back in the direction Ziri had gone. A smile tugged at the corner of his mouth. Well, he muttered to himself, that was something you don't see every day. As he headed back toward the fountain, Jason couldn't help but wonder if he'd ever hear from Ziri again. After all, how many people could say they'd helped a lost alien prince and bought them ice cream? Not many, that was for sure. And somewhere out there in the vast expanse of the galaxy, a small alien prince would always remember the human who helped them when they were just a scared kid lost in a mall on Earth.